Man, here. This is about to be good. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. This is about to be a good one. That people think we coming in to beat the brother up. We ain't coming on to beat the brother up. We just want to ask him some simple questions. Because he been going on all these big shows and running this campaign on this unapologetically African campaign. And we just saying, man, and he got doctor in front of his name. Who is he working with? Whose side he on? Now, we ain't got no problem with him working with the Africans. The Africans are people too, but why ain't he on African TV? Why he ain't on African news promoting this unapologetically African gang? Why he promoting it to our people? We want y'all to ask Umar Johnson this. Ask Umar Johnson how many Africans do he see in American prisons? Last time I looked at the prison system, most of them is Nubian brothers that's native to this land. At least 85% of the prisons is full of those brothers. I don't see many Africans in them. Why don't why don't they take Africans to jail over here? Why do they expedite? Ask Umar Johnson this. Why when Africans get in trouble, they just expedite them back to their country? But when you get in trouble, they take you to jail. What's up with that, Umar? You got a doctor's degree. You might want to look into that. Why everybody else, like Africans, people that's from other countries, when they get in trouble, they get expedited back to their country since they from Africa or since they from wherever they from. Why don't they expedite Nubians back to their country since they from Africa? Is Dr. Omar Johnson in on is he a pan-Africanist guy? Like you heard what happened to Marcus Garvey, right? Marcus Garvey was on that same move, and then he found out Walter Plecker and them had their hand up in his backside, but the black hand, because it's a white hand, it's a black hand, white glove. They use a black hand and a white glove to puppet these guys. And they stick the black hand, put his white glove on, so you think it's a white guy doing you from the back, but it's really the black hand. And then they got Umar Johnson on all these TV stations talking about he apologetically black and he's still promoting this game. And he ever heard of Walter Plecker? He never heard what happened to Marcus Garvey? He never heard of Noble Drew Ali? He never heard of Noble Drew Ali? He getting up on all these TV shows and they ain't telling you about the Federal Reserve hustling us out of our land. This is colonization at its highest form. That's what happened to us, so they can steal our mineral rights, steal our natural wealth. That's what this is about. Don't fool yourself. What a Nunum came here looking for? Gold. So it's about natural wealth. All, real money. So what the hell is Umar Johnson talking about? If he want to be apologetically African, why ain't he helping the Africans? Why ain't he over helping the Africans with their movement? Why he over here talking that on the African? Seem like he's still promoting the same game that they was promoting back in the 30s, man. He's still promoting the 30s and 40s game. Man, you believe they brought all of us over here on a boat, on them little boats they had in 6 months? All the people that they brought millions of slaves over here, Umar. I know you ain't going for that. He ought to look more intelligent with that than that. Unless he in on the game to keep us rocked to sleep with this black Negro color. I'm black and I'm proud. Oh, I am somebody. Messy Jesse gang. Rainbow Coalition. Hustle gang. And they try to twist the rainbow, right? Because you know how they do. They fruity, they like to twist the rainbow and twist it what it was all about. But that wasn't what the Rainbow Project was all about. The Rainbow Project been going on for a long time. It's dealing with the chakras and the auric egg of the natural human being. Because that's what we are. We natural beings. We're not artificial people. Umar, because African puts you into the artificial corporation. So what African are you? Are you a Nigerian? Right? Because African can say a whole bunch of different tribes. Right? So are you a Far people? Are you Bantu? Right? Are you which tribe you from, Umar, since you are unapologetically African? Are you a Far person? People tribe? Are you Sudanese? Are you one of them the Danakam? Are you the Dinka people in Sudan? What tribe you from? Are you Nigerian? Are you from the Congos? Where you from, Umar, since you unapologetically African? Cuz and we can't let you keep going with that. That if unless you now we can let you keep going if you say, okay, well, I'm down with the Africans. All right, so why you ain't in Africa then? If you down with the Africans. Africans know we not Africans. Umar, you ain't studied what happened to Malcolm X? He must have studied what happened to Malcolm X. Malcolm X was talking that pan-Africanism too. Right? And then he changed, then he went over to Africa. And when he got to Africa, you know what they told him? See, Umar must ain't never been to Africa or talked to the right people in Africa. Because when Malcolm X got to Africa, and he was saying, oh yeah, I'm coming to help y'all with this because I'm apologetically African. You know what they told him? Nigga, you ain't no African. You from over there. They tricked you. Somebody got you fooled. Malcolm X. And that's what the Pinto told him. And then they went, no, that's why they got rid of Malcolm X. Malcolm X came back over here and said, oh no, my nigga, I ain't Malcolm X. I'm Malik El Shabazz. I got a nationality. And this our land. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock, they landed on us. Right? The Mayflower landed on us. And they start talking like that, and then bang, let's get rid of it. Because the Africans told him, nigga, you ain't African. And if you go over there and talk to the right people, Umar, they'll tell you, hey, you ain't African. Somebody tricked you just like they told Marcus Garvey. And what they did, you saw what they did to Marcus Garvey. Don't forget about COINTELPRO operations, Umar, unless you in on it. I'm just saying. Keep in mind, we the mound builders. We've been over here. So you want to be, if he African, that's cool. We ain't got no problem with it because Africans are our people. But which African are you? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of people that's going under the title African and they ain't Africans. It's a lot of tribes that going under Africa, but they ain't African tribes. They come from the Caucasus Mountains. And they in South Africa talking about they Africans. What tribe they come from? Because in order to say you African, you got to be able to distinguish the tribe that you're from. Are you Bantu? Right? Are you you know what I'm saying, Afar? Are you the Sands man? Are you Twi? Umar, which tribe you from? Are you Twi man? I don't see too many Africans that look we probably can find an African that looks similar to you. But what tribe are you though? You know something, then don't say you did that DNA test because a guy my girl was telling me about this. A guy swabbed his horse because he said, I'm gonna see if this DNA test is legit, man. See, he ordered the kid, swabbed his horse, and then sent it in as it was him. When he got the shit back, it said, oh yeah, he African, he Puerto Rican, and he got a little bit of, about 2% persuasion of Asian or something in him. Yeah. And he said, damn, that's my horse. They telling me my horse is Puerto Rican and African? Come on, man. This shit is full of shit. These people hustling people with this DNA shit. So don't come to me telling me about you took a DNA test and they said you was from Africa. We're part. I'm just saying. Enough of the games. You see what me and Rod doing? The tape I just put out shows you how they colonialized us over here. They came over here to steal our gold, man. Steal our money. Still real money. Not no damn paper IOU, federal notes, fiat shit. I'm talking about the real deal, holy field. Real show enough gold, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And don't tell me about Africa is where all the gold is, because you know what I'm saying? I think they hustlers. They tell they always, some we figuring out the game because Raw was talking about that. Raw said, when Raw was talking the other day, and Raw said the whole game plan was to just make every Africa the center point. That way they can misdirect everybody to where all of the natural resources were located. Because why they ain't telling you about Oklahoma being the biggest oil well in the world? Oklahoma is the biggest oil well in the world. Don't tell me about no Saudi Arabia, no Pakistan, none of them places. What you trying to tell me about Saudi Arabia? And we the richest guys here in the world. And I believe that number, I believe that $30 trillion debt that they got that they owe us, I believe it's way higher than that. I believe it's $300 trillion. It might be way more than the number I believe that number is low ball what they owe us as far as what they stole at this point, as far as the colonialism and yeah, so that the whole game is to come in and they really use the Spanish Inquisition to do their colonializing. It was because they really weren't scientists. The Moors were the scientists. These other guys, they really were barbaric. And they come in, and the whole game plan was either you a witch and you a warlock if you ain't down with Jesus and the rest of these people, they guys that they brought. You know what I'm saying? They religious fraction. So I'm saying, Umar, ask Umar, like I said, ask Umar how many Africans do he see in American prisons. I bet it ain't that many. Why? Because they get expedited back to their country because they from Africa. How many Chinese people he see? Ask Umar how many Chinese people do he see in American prisons? Why? Because they get expedited back to their country. Why don't they expedite you, so-called black man? And keep in mind about colonialism, and it's a part of it's a thing called relabeling. They relabel the indigenous people, change their name around, just like they did the word African. Well, Dr. Ben said they took it from the Afar people and called them Afar-Can, the Afar-Can, right? And then Doc said, "No, man, no, that's a word that come from the Arabic, which means Ifriqiya, which means to divide people up during the Berlin Conference when they set that up in the 1800s. Well, I think it was like 1830 or somewhere around that time when they did the Berlin Conference. When they did the Berlin Conference, that's when they split all the nations up. But like I say, we're not represented by states and the territories we had were tribal territories. Like the Afar people had their land. The Twa man had his land, and in some cases we had blended in together. The Bantu people had their land. Even on this side of the field, the Washita had their land. That's what the Louisiana Purchase was. The Muskogee had their land. The Blackfoot Creek, the same thing, right? The Powhatans had their land. Everybody had it was tribal lands. It wasn't no states, countries, and all this stuff that they talking about. And you notice in the United States, if you look at some of the counties are still named after Native American tribes, especially in the South. The parishes and counties named after Native American tribes. So don't fool yourself, Umar. So we don't know who you with, or what kind, or is he getting paid to do the mark? Is he trying to bring back the Walter Plecker effect? Is he getting paid to bring back the Walter Plecker effect? We all Negroes must go back to Africa. Game plan. So we go back to Africa. Hey, Umar, ask Umar Johnson this. What can he claim? What country or what tribe in Africa would give he got nationality with? Is, like I say, is he a Afar? What tribe is he from? In Africa, since he unapologetically African. Now he can run that we got brought from the Ivory Coast and they wiped out, they didn't tell us, which is a bunch of crap, really. That's a bunch of crap, man. You know why they ran that game? See, they wanted to cover up 1310, Mansa Musa and Abu Bakr II. Abu Bakr sailed over here and brought his people, 3,000, 4,000 men at a time. Mansa Musa bringing 10,000 men over here. They were called the Mandingas, right? And guess what they tribal last name was? Kente. Mansa Musa and Abu Bakr were the Kentes. See, look at that. And they put that movie Roots out to sell that slave game, like the prince of the Kente tribe got brought over here on a ship as a slave. No, these guys sailed over here by themselves. 1310, go look it up. Mansa Musa and Abu Bakr, they still got Mansa Musa as the richest guy to ever live, Nubian guy to ever live to this day. But really, Abu Bakr was richer than him because Abu Bakr brought him only a certain percentage of what he could put on his boats without sinking them, bring it back to him. Because we had shitloads of gold over here. Now let's put that together. Let's put that in perspective, Umar. Since you so unapologetically African, let's put that in perspective. Now these guys came from Africa, and they came and got gold from America, and they went back to Africa and was the richest guys they ever lived. Now, how has Africa got all the gold when these niggas came over here and became and got a little bit of what we had because they couldn't sell all back with it on them damn wooden boats that they had. And when they got back over there, they still the richest guys on record to the day. Now, how does that happen? And now, not to mention, I got Dr. Ben's book. I mean, no, it was Dr. Henry Clark book, where he talk about when Mansa Musa went back, he flooded the economy in Africa to where he almost made the economy crash because everybody had too much gold. You know what I'm saying? When he came back over there, everybody had too much gold. How is that happening if Africa's where all the gold is? I'm just saying. So y'all, we hey, when y'all hear Umar on any other show, he talking to the apologist, ask him all of these things. Yeah, but the Mansa Musa get over here and they began mixing in with us, the Washita, and created new tribes like the Yamasee Native American Moors. Because Mansa Musa and them were Mulatto Moors from West Africa. How they become Moors? They were mixed with the tribe of Shabazz, the Mandingas. I'm just saying though, man. Who these guys working for? Umar Johnson supposed to set up a school. A school of what? African pan-Africanism? Man, we ain't with that going back to Africa. Why I gotta leave on my land and go to a land that ain't mine? That's the African's land. So if he African and he unapologetically African, why ain't he in Africa promoting it? They got problems over there too. Some of them way worse than what we got. See, I think he all talk and all hype. That's what he is. Umar Johnson is hype and talk. That's what he is. He just put on there talking African promotion, African and all this to sound good. He like a conscious Jesse Jackson to me. He like a conscious Jesse Jackson or Reverend Al Sharpton. Still, he promoting conscious sleep. You know what I'm saying? And the word conscious even is really a contradiction in itself, really, because con means to go against. At that part. But I'm just saying, to me, man, he's like a conscious Jesse Jackson. They got to keep them guys on us, man. So you got to keep these guys thinking they black, thinking they Africans, because if we don't, they become a threat to national security. Because they'll say, "Fuck it out, oh y'all, nigga, I'm Washita, I'm Chata, oh I'm Muskogee, oh no, I'm Powhatan, oh no, I'm Shinnecock, oh no, I'm Crow, oh no, I'm Khalifa." Oh shit. I'm telling you. London Bridge is falling down. London Bridge is falling down. So who is Umar working for? Is he working for the laws of London? Huh? Is he working for Ashtar Command? Who is he working for? Promoting this pan-Africanism. Man, pan-Africanism is out. We figured it out now. Malcolm X figured it out. Marcus Garvey figured it out. But Umar ain't figured it out yet, don't seem like. I'm telling you, man. This is colonialism in its highest form. They came over, they saw what we had, and they say, man, we got to get a hold of this. Let's exterminate them. That's part of colonialism. Biological warfare is a part of colonialism. What you think the Tuskegee experiment was all about? That's colonialism. They in Tuskegee, they got all mines. I mean, diamond mines. They had diamond mines in this area, and these people that and gold and shit right there, right? And these people, they had so much of it, they wasn't tripping on it. See, that's what they don't tell you about us. We had so much of everything, we weren't really tripping on giving them a little bit of it because we had so much of it, and so they considered us to be nice guys, you know. And nice in law really means stupid, just like the dodo bird. When the black conquistadors came over here and landed they was hungry as hell because they been at sea, these Moors. They had been eating up canned goods because the Moors started the canned goods. They was eating up canned goods on the way over here. And then when they got over here, they landed and saw these birds walking on, and we didn't eat these birds. They walk, and this bird later on becomes the chicken, right? This dodo bird. And the dodo bird, they'll just walk right up to you, right? And so the Moors saw that, they're like, oh, these birds stupid. They start wrangling all of them and catching them and eating them, right? And because they consider the dodo bird to be nice, a nice bird. And nice got his ass ate and roasted over the fire. Being nice got his ass roasted and ate over the fire. So no more Mr. Nice Guy. You know what I'm saying? No more Mr. Nice Guy with these with this black hand and these dirty players. You know what I'm saying? In the background, still promoting this, we unapologetically African. Well, I'm unapologetically Native American to this land, Turtle Island. So you could be so you just go, he gone over to Africa. He got enough money. So he got enough money because we heard he collected money off that school, but they never saw no school. So he got enough money. So why ain't he in African helping Africa? You know, with $15 in Africa, you can feed a whole village for like 2 weeks. It's some brothers already over there doing it. Shout out to brother Flick. What his name is? Fillmore. Not Fillmore. I'll think of his name in a minute. It's a brother over there that's doing it. There's brothers over there doing that right now. That's taking that. They got a lot of money. They just went to Africa and now they helping whole tribes and the people love them over there. They building. They went over there. You could buy land for cheap over there, and you could build stuff on that land. Build you a whole city over there for cheap. So if Umar was apologetically African, why ain't he building a school in Africa? You know what I'm saying? Why ain't he over there building them? They need water in villages over there. They don't even got running water. Why ain't you? For $3,000, you can get running water to a village. Yeah, for $3,000, Umar, you can get running water to a village in Africa that need water right now. So if he unapologetically African, why ain't he over there putting that $3,000 up so they can get running water to that village? That's what I'm saying, man. Niggas full of shit. He on TV doing all this. He a hype man. And he a suit and tie nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, real talk. That's just my opinion. And I don't hate you or nothing, brother Omar. I just think you full of shit. That's from my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And you can keep promoting what you want, but we ain't buying it no more. We ain't buying it as far as us over here on this land on Turtle Island. We ain't buying it no more. Right? We ain't buying nothing niggas selling like that. You know what I'm saying? That came there a doctor and they ain't seen the game by this time. He ain't heard of Malcolm X. He ain't heard of Noble Drew Ali. He don't heard of the Federal Reserve. He ain't heard of this Wizard of Oz that they put us in. He ain't heard the black, Negro, and color game, Jim Crow laws, or how they rewrote us out of history, the Walter Plecker game. He ain't never heard of none of this. And he a black doctor claiming to be helping Nubians. And like I say, the word black within itself, if he a doctor, he should know if he read in a dictionary the condemnation that black is not even a noun. It's an adjective. so it can't apply to a people. Okay, so just that part, man. We didn't want to hold you long. We just wanted to clear that up because we seen. I saw this dude every time I turn my phone on. This dude on somebody's show talking about I'm apologetically African. Like that really means something. And he ain't even fucking. Like I said, it's niggas over there right now starving in Africa. And while he on TV talking about he unapologetically African, and he could put up $3,000 right now to get some water running to a village that never had water. If I was unapologetically African, I'd be over in Africa right now, trying to help them run that $3,000 so they can get that water to that village. And then once I get that done, and eventually we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna help the Africans, but we gotta help our damn self first. Because it seems like to me, we the only people that have been robbed of our identity. This is identity theft. This is colonization. No, identity theft is a part of colonization. I'm telling you, man. You got to realize the game here. And that's like the tapes you see we putting out, like on the AI, those really just notes. So I'm just letting the AI just go over my notes, and we do classes on them, and it's stuff that me and Raw have been working on, like the just really much breaking the spell on like what happened to us and the war on the land. So the colonization, what happened to the Black Panthers. You're gonna see a couple more that are gonna come out. They're gonna tell you about the other groups and what happened to them. And it's pretty much just building you a construct of the whole systematic play, because this shit they didn't take our shit overnight. It took them a long time to do this to us, man. I'm telling you, it had to. They ain't that fucking good. Overnight, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no overnight thing. It took them 100, 200, 300 years to get us into this predicament. The identity theft is a part of colonialism, man. I'm telling you. Get over there, try to exterminate them, the ones you can't, write them out of history. That's part of taking over people and overthrowing them, and dictate they history from that point on. So they've been selling us. How can you even believe the slave line when the people who sold it to us automatically their whole game is to lie to you and keep you in a state where you never know where you're from. So how can we even believe what they told us? Well, I don't believe shit. Anything they sold us, and that's mostly what they sold us, the slave narrative. You ain't nothing but an African that came on a boat. Come on, man. And then once we start putting the logical stuff together, like, hold on, man. You mean tell me you took y'all 6 months to get over here on a boat with slaves? Okay, all right, cool. Where did y'all get drinking water from? Because I done been on the ocean, and you ain't drinking no ocean water. That shit's so salty. I'm telling you, ain't no way you drinking the ocean. So how y'all get over here all that 6 months with no ocean water, nigga? Y'all ain't got the equipment. Y'all ain't had no equipment back then to do that shit. So in the 1600s and all that to convert no water. So man, get up out of here, bro. Don't let them. But so they wanted. I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of stuff you can just crack. The slave narrative is now that we got more intelligent, it's too many flaws in that narrative that don't make logical sense. And me and Rod already exposed them in a tape called "How the Slave Trade Was Fake." Go to the playlist with Rod Hayes and go see how the slave trade was fake. So anybody come promoting that narrative at this point, either they slow, or either they and Dan Calloway already put the book out, How the Story Was Told in Reverse. We got that book too. But anybody that's coming and saying that they're a doctor at this point, and I'm starting to realize people with a doctor's degree don't really mean that, because that's just the program. Like Mother Sophia Stewart told me, that's just the program. So that program can be not aligned with Mother Nature. That program, because most of their doctor programs are not aligned with Mother Nature. They chemically based. They chemically based in a synthetic reality. You know what I'm saying? That's why they got their pharmacies and all that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't using the natural herbs on the land to heal the people. So it's like that part. But for me, and the reason, and I like Umar. That's why I'm saying all this too, Umar, because you got a big audience now, and you really can change the game and let the people and crack the black hand in the head. But instead, it seemed like to me he with the black hand. He with the black hand. He still seemed like he got Walter. He got seemed like somebody got it's a black hand with a white glove, and they got their hand up in Umar in the back, and they making them talk, talking about, yeah, say you're unapologetically African. Yeah, so I like that. That sounds good. African. Keep promoting this African thing. All right, so then why ain't that many Africans in prison, man? In the American prison? Why they gotta expedite them back since they African? Why don't they expedite my brothers and sisters that's in there now back to Africa when they do wrong, brother Umar? He said, yeah, hey, that's a good question. Hey, that's a good one, Wesley. Shout out that boy Wesley, man. That boy fat. That boy fat, man. He says, Umar, why you wear a bow tie and don't trust no man with a bow tie? Yeah, that's a good question to ask Umar. I'm just saying, man. So next time this brother come back on the show, man, and he talking about that shit, man. I'm just saying. This is all Spanish. Yeah, it begins with the Spanish Inquisition. If Umar don't come talking to you about no Spanish Inquisition, he run the game. If he don't start right there, how you got hustled, if he don't start with 1479 and 1478, and he probably now he should know about 1476 when the black hand put on that white glove and shook hands with the dirty Moors in Timbuktu to set this paradigm, this IBM. Why are you doing this to me? Computers type system. Yeah, this is about IBM. That's what they go back to, IBM. Doc already exposed it a long time ago. And then he said if you take it and you see what the synonym is, you'll see that it comes out to be how. And how was a computer system in I think a movie called 2000 Space Odyssey, 2001 or 2000 Space Odyssey. And it's how the computer system took over the world. They also put another movie out called Eagle Eye. And they got this big supercomputer underground in Maryland connected with this other computer they just created called a Summit that connects back to IBM in Berlin, who was programmed supposedly by Armin 666, which is supposedly the devil's son, Damon, prior. Damon who got priors. And niggas ain't put this shit together yet. Yeah, more like I already exposed to what the word more come from. The word more come from those from Chaldea, Oral Chaldea, the ones of Oral Chaldea. And then you got Muslims, which is the people that was over here. Because the Muslim people, they got you on an impression when you hear the word Muslim, you automatically think about over there. But that land was never called Jerusalem. That land was called Palestine. And before then, it was called Afar land. Because the Afar people are the real Palestinians. So they want to tell you. You go back and look at old videos of Jerusalem, and there wasn't no damn Jerusalem over there. Jerusalem was over here. All the Salems were over here. And the people who came from Salem were called Muslims, one of Salem, the city of Salem. And it's still 29 cities right now over here today called Salem, but it was 50 to 100 cities back then called Salem. Back then, go look it up, man. Don't believe me. And we can get into it. But the Muslims were over here, and the Moors came from over there. The ones from Ora was over there. Salam was over here. All the Salam cities of Salam was over here. We don't want to give you too much because they know how we gotta give you piece by piece because how they'll try to, what they'll try to do. But Doc already told us all this, man. I'm telling you, the master teacher already put it out already in codes and books to where we pieced it together now. And so we gotta just say a little piece at a time. But me and Rod, we putting it in. And like I say, a lot of people sleeping on them AI tapes. A lot of them AI tapes explain a lot of shit, like about the colonization, about what happened to the Black Panthers. It's gonna be a couple more systematic things because we explain to you the war that went down on the land the whole time, and that's what it's about. But like I say, send this tape out to Dr. Omar Johnson and spread the word to anybody that's coming up over to our people over here on Turtle Island talking about they damn unapologetically African. Need to go to Africa and help them guys out. Like I said, for $15, you can buy 3-4 bags of rice. You can buy a big ass bag of rice for $5 over there. And you can feed the whole damn village. Why ain't he doing it since he unapologetically African? There's people over there that need running water to their village right now, Umar. You can pay $3,000 and get running water to their village. Why ain't Umar over there doing that? Since he unapologetically African. That's all we saying. I'm just saying, man. And if you're just not coming in, you might want to roll it back. Right? You may want to twist it, because we twisting caps and we cracking heads. And we spit nothing but facts. I'm telling you, man. Based on what's happening now, we trying to get the people back on track. And this dude right here seemed like he pulling a Jesse Jackson on us. He pulling a Al Sharpton on us. Trying to get this pan-Africanism going. Now we ain't got no problem with working with Africans, but it seems like to me the Africans, most Africans I come in contact with, at least the ones that's not the ones that's been over here a while, but the ones they don't really mess with us like that. They might laugh with us and kick with us, but they really for they people. I'm telling you, man. I had a couple cool I used to cut one of these dudes' hair, and one day I stopped eating over his house because he was eating some shit that we ain't nothing about. They don't eat the same shit that we eat over here. That's how you know what's one thing they know we different from Africa. Africans eat monkeys and everything. We don't eat no monkeys. We ain't eat birds over here. Africans eat birds. They ate ostriches and all that. We don't eat that over here. Niggas eating camel. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I know for a fact. Because I had an African dude from Nigeria when I was living in Dallas, and I got cool with him. And he used to let me practice cutting his hair when I was cutting hair. He used to let me practice cutting his hair. I cut it for free, right? He'd throw me a couple dollars, but I used to just give him all even, line them up. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got good at cutting hair. And one day the chick that I was dating, she wanted some goat, right? And we was in Dallas, but I didn't know where to get no goat from. You know, I ain't do no goat. And I got messed up on goat a long time ago. Well, I was like, yeah, you never eat no goat no more. Nigga got me good on that goat, right? But like I said, she wanted to get some goat, and I asked the African dude because he be eating goat and shit like that. So I was like, where you get that goat from? He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take you to my partners, right? I'm gonna take you to my partners, and they got everything up in there, right? They got the goat. You can get whatever you want. I'm like, no, I just want some goat, right? For this chick day, right? She want to eat some goat. Make her some Jamaican curry or some shit. I don't know, right? So he took me to this spot, right? Like in the alley. It was like a spot like in the alley. Man, look, when I like it looked like a nice store, but it's like ducked off where like man, nobody really know they back there. And kind of find out, I figured why they was back there, because they weren't supposed to be selling none of this shit that they were selling. It was all illegal, like illegal meat. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Right? I figured out why they was back there eventually. Because they got hit, right? by the food people, right? So and they could have been selling it, but it's like this though, you know, the way they was operating, it was like, you know, off the books. So I'm gonna check this, man. I walk up in there, man. When I walk up in there, it smelled like a dead body. It smelled like 1,000 teaspoons of butt crack up in there, man. So automatically I was like, I don't want to get no meat out up in here. But then, so when I was like, dang, so I didn't want to be mean and just walk out, right? So I really couldn't take the smell. So check this. He started to say, oh yeah, man, we got hyena ass up in here. We got monkey balls. We got everything, man. We got ostrich. We got he cut off a whole bunch of African animals. I'm saying, damn, some of them animals he named off ain't indigenous over here. So how the hell they get that meat over here, bro? How the hell you get like hyena ass, and you know they had some like rhino, like some weird shit, like yeah, like some weird shit, like And I was like, oh man, like I ain't buy shit out of there though. I got the hell up on out of there. But just to think about, they had all that different type of meat up in there, the Africans. And the Africans play like they cool, but the Africans, I'm gonna tell you what the Africans feel about us, Umar. It's because you must don't hang around that many Africans. Most Africans think we slow and stupid because we don't know who we are. We still call ourselves black. They think we slow because of it. They really, and they make fun of us when they get around in their own language. When they get around their own people, they make fun of us saying that we don't know, and they over here hustling us too, just like everybody else, just like the Koreans, just like the Arabs, everybody else. They hustling us just like that. They no different from every other immigrants that came over here, and they part of the colonialism too. The Africans, they part of colonializing us on Turtle Island too. And that's a fact, my nigga. And a lot of your communities who own the stores, Africans, every other nationality, but you, black people, so-called is what you call yourself. I'm telling you, Africans own stores in your hood, and they hustling off you too. And they don't pump money back in your community; they send it back to Africa. So who side Umar on? Is he with them? Is he over here part of the colonialism with the Africans and the Russians and the Koreans and the Iranians and all the niggas that own the gas stations and all the shit in our hood? Is he part of the colonialism or what? That's what we saying. And on that note, we out, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. We'll be back. Peace, love, one love. Wadu.